everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those that are tuning in for the very first time, welcome. My name is Kim. I do everything that's beauty, fashion, and I'm adding fitness to my channel this year. So thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for tuning in. So you should already know by the title what today's video is going to be about. Today is actually going to be a review, and I have not done a review on a foundation in a really long time, so I felt like it was time. It's time to try the foundation to let you guys know whether you should, to let you know whether or not you should scoop it up. So I've been seeing a couple of reviews of the new foundation from Maybelline. I have not been on the Maybelline bandwagon when it comes to like foundation. I decided to try out Maybelline. So this is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. You guys know I have imperfections, so we're gonna see how this holds up on like imperfect skin, like troubled skin, because I have acne and larger pores, all of that, hyperpigmentation. So we're gonna see if Maybelline is actually gonna hold up to her word. So this is up to 24-hour wear. So full coverage is something that I enjoy, something I love. So let's just get right into the review. I mean, we don't need a long intro, right? So this foundation says it is full coverage, up to 24-hour wear, seamless matte finish. I love a good matte finish because I'm super oily. Breathable, it says it's breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant. Okay. Oil free, doesn't clog pores, dermatologist tested. So it has some really good and strong claims, and I'm hoping that this will actually work. I actually have it in the shade 362 Truffle. Okay, so I'm just gonna prime like I normally prime. I like to set my face with, well, not set my face with, but spray my face with the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing and Primer and Setting Spray. Absolutely love this to kind of hydrate my face because I'm really oily, so I love some hydration, and then I'll go ahead and start putting on the products, which is gonna mattify me a little bit more and then also fill in my pores. Just gonna pat this into the skin. I'm gonna go in with another Too Faced product, which is the Too Faced Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. I know a lot of people don't like this primer, but I love it. It really makes my skin feel real soft, and it does control the oil for me throughout the day. So I'm just gonna spread this all over my face. Alright, so now I'm going to take my Benefit Pore Professional, and I'm just going to put this on the areas where I have larger pores, which are normally on my cheeks. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff this into my skin so that it will fill in my pores. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to go ahead and open up the foundation. Okay, this is cool. Obviously, you don't like turn it to open it, you just pull the top open. I had no idea. It has a pump, which is really cool for like a drugstore foundation, because most drugstore foundations don't have like a pump. So I love this. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. Got about 3 pumps on the back of my hand. As you can see it has more of like a whipped, thicker consistency. It's not watered down like a lot of drugstore foundations. So I'm really gonna think this is full coverage because of the consistency of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and start buffing this into my skin with my Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm not gonna use a beauty blender to apply the product because I don't want it to soak it up. Oh my God. When I tell you guys, this feels so good. Like, you can barely feel it, and it is covering up everything. I could have went one shade lighter, but when I went to Ulta yesterday, they didn't have the shade, and I think that shade down is Mocha, I think, and they didn't have it. Can y'all see that? It's full coverage and it is lightweight. This feels so good. Like, I can barely feel it on the skin. Oh my God, this feels so good. And it does have this matte finish. Like, I don't see any shine at all so far, like no shine. So some of the claims are true. You know, it is matte for sure. It is full coverage for sure. So we're gonna see that 24-hour wear. I mean, I'm not gonna have it on for 24 hours, but I'm gonna wear it a few hours, and we're gonna see how it holds up. Like, for some reason, I always expect drugstore foundations to fail. I don't know why. Because there's a lot of drugstore foundations that don't work for me, being that I'm so oily. And they just oxidize so bad. So far, I see a little bit of oxidation because it is getting a little bit darker. But like I was saying before, I mean, it was already a little bit too dark for my skin. Just like a shade dark. And they have the other shade that I think would have matched a little bit better. But overall, this is like a flawless finish. It gives you like a flawless finish. I can barely feel it on the skin. It's not showing like all of my imperfections. So for a drugstore foundation so far, this is really good. So what I'm gonna do is to go ahead and finish my whole face, and then I'll come back to show you guys the finished product. All right, so this is the whole look put together, and I think it looks really, really nice. Like, it did oxidize a little bit, but you can tell that it's not that bad. It actually blends really, really good. This foundation feels so good on my skin. The coverage is just absolutely amazing. This looks so good. And of course, I had to use, just in true Maybelline fashion, I decided to use my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Cafe, and it works very, very well with this foundation. Like, I'm not creasing right now. It just looks so good. It looks so bomb. So even like the Maybelline concealer works really well with this own foundation. This looks good. But of course, I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. So I'm gonna give it a couple hours to see how it wears on the skin. Now, I am oily, so I know I'm probably gonna have a little bit of oil, but I wanna see if it's gonna give me less oil than a lot of these other drugstore foundations. Because even with high-end foundations, I'm really oily, but drugstore foundations, like, I am like a grease ball. A fucking grease ball. So we're gonna see how this wears throughout the day. I'm gonna go ahead and, I gotta pop these curls because these curls look so bad. I need to go ahead and eat and then fix my hair. And that's gonna take a while. So I'll be back with y'all. Okay, so I can't even lie. This is a whole new day, because when I got back home yesterday, the sun had went down. I could not get the lighting right, and I'm like, y'all are not going to want that video because it was just garbage. So anyways, it's a whole new day, but I did the same exact face, same exact routine, and I have my final thoughts on it. I've been wearing this for about 5 hours now. I do look a little oily. I am a different kind of oily. Like, I am just freaking off the charts. Even when I went to my esthetician and she did this little oil test, put me on a machine, like, I have oil everywhere. If you are not as oily as I am, which most people are not, then this foundation will definitely hold up. It will do the job for you, but you can see that I am shining a little bit through my foundation. It did oxidize a little bit. Let's see what other claims that it has. Breathable and comfortable. I can admit to that. Like, you can barely feel it on the skin. Full coverage, absolutely full coverage. You guys seen it when I applied the foundation. Up to 24-hour wear. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to test that out for you guys because I'm not gonna keep it on my face for 24 hours. Fade and transfer resistant. Okay, give me a sec. All right, so I never use blotting pads to kind of like take the oil off of my skin. I always use tissue. I'm not about to buy blotting pads when I can just use tissue. Now, keep in mind, some foundations, once you blot with a tissue, your foundation is gone. I went, got some tissue here. We're gonna do the tissue test and see if it is, you know, if the foundation is still gonna stay intact. Now, I know some, of course, is gonna get on the tissue, but we're hoping that my whole face doesn't come off on this tissue. So I'm gonna blot. Wow. I'm gonna show you guys. I don't even know if you guys can see. Probably not, because the tissue is so white, so it's not really picking up, but there is literally almost nothing on this tissue. That's good for a drugstore foundation, because transfer resistance, like almost all drugstore foundations transfer, like almost all of them, so that's really good. And then it says oil free, doesn't clog your pores, dermatologist tested. So So my thoughts on this foundation, I do give it a thumbs up. I think it's a good foundation to invest in. One of the foundations that I really think you should invest in for like a drugstore. Yeah, because it's looking good, it's feeling good, and you know, if you're rubbing up and hugging up on your boo, you don't have to worry about it transferring so much on his t-shirt. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And let me know if you like this video. So if you like videos like this, give me a thumbs up, because this lets me know if you want to actually get more videos like this out. I do have another foundation that I purchased, and if you guys are interested in videos like this, I will do another try on for you. So thank you so much for watching. I have a lot more coming in store. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.